what's up, guys? I am Matt, and this is My Crazy Podcast, episode 62. Who are you?
It's a podcast.
Who are you?
I'm Dusty B.
And you?
I'm also Dusty B.
And I'm Matt for redundancy's sake.
I fucking hate you.
Guys, the Star Wars teaser came out yesterday.
Wow, yeah.
Not gonna stun this shit. Is pretty dope.
That shit was fire.
I was kind of like not feeling the first 10 seconds, but that shit kicked off later on. I was like, yo, what?
Bro. So,
Bruh.
You gotta go see it if you haven't seen it.
Yes, please
bruh.
go see it. Please go see it.
it's number
Look
one.
at that shit.
It's number one trending on YouTube. Everyone who's watching this has seen it. So I'm willing to spoil it. Also, it's a teaser. You know, new tab, 2 minutes. You know, you'll be back. But.
And if you haven't seen it, you must live under a rock. Because even if you don't like Star Wars, I guarantee you've fucking seen it.
So, Leia's there. Fucking,
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
They use old live action footage of Leia from Force Awakens, and she's gonna be in it. They fucking also the end, that cackle, the laugh,
the cackle,
that
The
cackle.
Palpatine. There was something that was said. I forgot where it was, but that he can never really die.
Oh, he's a Sith Lord.
Exactly.
Well, there's always a higher Sith Lord anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's always one above him.
I mean,
Well,
No, I think he's the highest one.
Nah, man.
no, I mean, there's his master Plagueis who might be Snoke at this point. Fuck, at this point it might be Snoke. That they might just be like, yo, Snoke was Plagueis, and Sheev is still.
and it comes full circle.
Yeah.
But they gotta tie up a lot of strings, man, because this is it. They said this is the end of the saga.
And JJ has pretty much said they had no fucking plan for this trilogy.
Word.
He like during this whole week, like he's done like interviews, and well, here's what happened.
How do you do that with something that's so iconic as Star Wars?
Here's what
Easy.
happened.
Because you're writing the future now, you can write however you want to go.
Here's
As long as you follow the typical story arc.
Here's my theory. Well,
You just have to follow the ground rules.
there's an open rumor.
Lightsabers, stormtroopers can't hit shit.
That's
And the guys always
No,
That's actually a myth.
he killed that myth in the first 2
I know,
seconds. of this
stormtroopers
movie.
are actually phenomenal. Yeah, blah blah. But the core rules when you're watching every Star
droids
Wars,
can't hit shit.
when you watch every fucking Star Wars film, the core rules are typically the good guys rarely ever get
may the
hit
Force
by
be
a
with you.
laser.
Thank you.
Yeah, no facts. But
They're
well,
still bitches.
one thing. Here's my theory. There's an open rumor in Hollywood that JJ and Kathleen, the president and producer of all these movies, president of the Lucasfilm, do not get along. Like, and it all stems from episode 7, production on episode 7. Like, they wanted the movie to come out in May because up until episode 7.
May 4th.
No, up until episode 7, all the Star Wars movies came out between May 18th to the 25th.
Plus, it'd just be dope though. May the 4th be with you.
But that wasn't why they were doing it. They were doing
I get you, but that'd be dope though.
their plan was at the end of the month, just keep it tradition towards the 20th. And but he was like, no, I need more time because I'm rebooting one of the biggest series of all time. I need till December, and that would apparently cause contention and all that stuff. And there's apparently always tension, and you can kind of tell because when The Last Jedi came around, all the events, Kathleen was like, this is the best filmmaker. Talking about Rian Johnson, this is the best filmmaker I've ever worked with. She's worked with Steven Spielberg. She's worked with George Lucas. This is the best filmmaker she's ever worked with.
He's good, but he's not that good.
He ain't on their level.
I think she was just happy that she can, because from a producer's perspective, the saga movies make more than the spin-off movies. They just always have.
Yeah.
And what's the saga's been about? Skywalkers. Something JJ understood. But Rian Johnson's movie kind of pretty much said, it literally said, kill the past, forget the past, kill it if you have to. Which is interesting. This tagline is literally, no one ever really dies. So JJ is even subtly saying in the trailer, let's just forget what happened in episode 8. Forget this whole, this is the Skywalker story. And I think from her perspective, the reason why she liked Rian Johnson's story more is it pretty much said, this isn't about the Skywalkers. This is a war in the stars.
Yeah.
Yo, Oh, no.
No, and from a producer's perspective, it's easier. You can make 10, 11, 12. It's easier to sell that when you don't have to worry about locking down Mark Hamill, all them.
Yeah, because you could start a whole nother story. essentially from there. You
Absolutely.
know, to just
you have new characters now.
Exactly.
Fresh new characters that newer audiences can gravitate to and understand, relate to, and follow and grow like we did with Luke.
Yeah, that, or like, you know, on top of that too, like you even start with brand new characters just living in the new world that's going to be existing after this whole 9-series fucking
9
episode saga fucking ended. You know, how many in the Star Wars universe? How many years of conflict is this?
A lot, but well, it's got to be, well, it's a full generation because it started with Luke as a kid, literally pretty much when Luke and Leia were born, and then they're in their 70s still fighting.
Yeah,
for the most part. Well, Luke went to hiding, but I actually took notes in the trailer. Everything that J.J. Abrams retconned from The Last Jedi immediately in the teaser. So people, first thing, the breaking of the lightsaber. The lightsaber is immediately back together, which they've confirmed, like, that's not a Force stream. Like, and you can even see if you zoom in, there's like a bandage around the lightsaber. So lightsaber, so he brought back the lightsaber. Luke talking in the trailer. I mean, I guess we always assumed that Luke was going to come back, but like, Luke, he killed Luke off.
Like Force Ghost.
Yeah, but now exactly, now he's just one with the Force.
Yeah, well, I feel like his point was, again, just the whole idea of how The Last Jedi was. I think he was trying to kill the whole Skywalker idea of like, this movie's about the Skywalkers, but JJ's like, no. I think that was JJ's way of saying, like, no, this is the Skywalker story on top of the title being called Rise of Skywalker. 3, Kylo Ren super gluing his fucking helmet back together.
Yeah, for real.
Which is honestly one of the only fun, like, good parts of The Last Jedi to me. Like, when Snoke's like, you're just like a kid wearing a mask, and then he gets mad and just breaks the helmet. I felt like that made more sense, but now that he's gonna rebuild it, that's kind
of... He's like, I look cooler with this on.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren as a character is a punk in my opinion.
I hate him.
So do I, bro.
I can't stand him.
Nah, likewise.
He's like a whiny little bitch.
And then obviously the title's called Rise of the Skywalker, which is the complete opposite of the moral of the last movie, which was forget the past, kill it if you have to. Like, and I think the only way that they were gonna have JJ come back to fix it was like, he's like, no, this is it. We're gonna finish the saga. Y'all can do whatever spin-off movies you want. Do Mandalorian, which looks great. We'll get into that, and then but let's end the saga. This is the Skywalker saga.
I'm gonna go see it just because it's the end, but that's it.
So I do have to say,
like I said,
the chick...
Lando.
Yes. Oh my God, Lando. Holy fuck. How can we forget? Yo, that shit gave me the fucking goosebumps, dude.
You know why I'm a little mad?
What?
Only because they killed one of my favorites in the first one. In the first new one.
Solo?
Han.
Yeah.
I think he should have rocked out to the very last. If you're going to do it at the very end.
I don't think...
He wasn't gonna stay for 3 movies.
I think Ford was done with it, man.
He was done with it with episode 5.
I don't think he ever wanted to come back.
He wanted to get killed off at the end of episode 5,
yeah.
but he ended up getting convinced to do episode 6 because he was told that it was gonna... Because, like, if you think about it, before the prequel, before that, Han Solo was literally just a pilot.
Yeah.
That they met at a bar.
Word.
Like, he was like, why am I still around? Like, what the fuck am I still doing here?
He was side plot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was honestly just by chance that his character became one of the most...
Then they should have waited and then brought him back for the last movie. They should have brought everyone back that could be back.
Full cycle.
Yeah, well, no, they needed to do that with... I feel like he should...
It's all about the cash cow, bro.
I feel like he still should have been in the first one, regardless.
Unfortunately, George was very much thinking about action figures in 1980. Like, if you a lot of people said right after Raiders of the Lost Ark, George's kind of perspective on filmmaking was very much action heavy, be able to make toys.
Exactly, because that's what made money.
Yeah. So that's what makes money, man.
So, and Han Solo was one of the best selling toys at the time, so it's like we can't kill him off. And it's also why he made Greedo shoot first in the...
Nah, he shot first.
Yeah, no. But in general, though, from what I heard, though, they did consult with George about what... JJ was like, yo, what do you think I should do with this? Because apparently JJ did not want to do this. Like, they had to, like, really... I want to know how much money they threw at him. Or what clause in the deal, because he did not want to do it.
Can you imagine that? Like, that's... Like I said earlier, that's a 40-year...
Now, on top of that, though, he said, I have 2 years. There's no script.
That's crazy.
Because
that's insane.
That's a lot of pressure. Like
they fired the last director and they got rid of his script. And allegedly, the reason why the last director left was because his script had Luke in it, alive. Kind of an issue. So after that, they kind of had issues, and Kathleen was like, "No, I'm going with Ryan. I'm going with Ryan. I'm going with Ryan." She fell on that sword hard.
Word.
And apparently, like, because of what Ryan Johnson set up in episode 8, the director for episode 9 left, and there was 2 years. Like, he's like, "I got 2 years."
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
This film has gone through a lot. To get it to where it is now, it's gone through a lot of what ifs and all that. So I'm just hoping that through all this bullshit and everything all the fucking hurdles and leaps that people have gone through to get it to this point, that's gonna be
they're
epic.
worried. No, I think they're scared.
Here's my thing. Now, episode 1 was trash. But like that whole
Shut your mouth.
That was garbage.
I loved episode 1.
I'm in the minority here, but like it didn't do as good as the first trilogy, obviously, because it was technically a sequel, and sequels never really do as well. There are some exceptions, but
I don't know. 2 and 3 sold a lot.
Like, that's what I'm saying, though. It's Star Wars. Like, people are gonna go see it.
But
regardless.
A New Hope, adjusted for inflation, is still one of the best-selling movies of all time.
Yeah,
in theaters.
A New Hope,
like, yeah, they're episode 4, the original episode 4. That's not. So I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, by little statistics, they aren't as big.
And honestly, one of my favorites was Rogue One, and that wasn't even like.
I love Rogue One.
Rogue One was
Rogue
great.
One was.
You guys argue? I love Rogue One.
can't.
He doesn't like Rogue One.
There's no story. There's no
What?
There's no characters. There's no. And I get they're gonna now expand on in the books and the new Disney Plus series, which we'll get into Disney Plus in a minute.
Yeah.
But like for that movie, they literally had no characters. It was just like,
My thing-
all right. I feel like the whole point of the movie was for them to just say, "Hey guys, so there's a hole in the Death Star, and it's because the guy who actually made it wasn't an asshole." I feel like they could have done that in a short film.
Nah.
Rogue One was great.
Yeah, man.
It went back to here's the thing, like if you ever notice like the first.
This is also one of the few rooms where I feel like I'm on the minority on this usually.
You are the motherfucking minority.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I was on the minority for episode 1.
Well, get out of the minority and drink a motherfucking Monster.
Oh my
Sponsor
God.
us.
Please sponsor us, please. Just make sure you don't splash on the mic.
Word. Getting it's all sticky.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's sticky.
he got a lot of his inspiration. George Lucas was from like World War II and things like that.
Yeah.
That's why you see like how their weapons look and how their armor looked and shit like that.
The Stormtrooper blasters, I'm not to cut you off, but they're actually World War II guns with what's it called? Windshield wipers on the front.
Yeah.
Glued to the front of it.
And like if you like Rogue One was basically it was like a World War II movie in the future to me. It was like they had a task that they know they weren't going to be able to get out alive, but they still did it because they knew that movie had a great story. It's
just that my thing was like there's no characters. I just checked fucking Rotten Tomatoes. I am in the minority on this. It is that there's no character. Like they're just like there's. Also, I didn't like the Darth Vader in it for the first half. Obviously, I love the last scene where he's brutal and shit. But I didn't like him cracking jokes with fucking dude from Captain Marvel. The green dude that looks like Piccolo. Anyway, like he's choking him. I thought the choke was. I was like, all right, cool, but like just choke him and just be like, what I would have said, because his line was like, wait, so I'm in control still? And then he chokes him and he's like, make sure you don't choke on your aspirations. What the fuck? That's not Darth Vader. Who wrote that? I want to smack whoever wrote that.
I mean, Darth Vader can have humor. It's dark humor.
No, at this point,
it's Darth humor.
This is before a week before A New Hope. He wasn't cracking jokes in New Hope. He was killing motherfuckers.
He was.
Look, all I'm saying is
He should have just choked him and been. If he was my bad. If he was him, he should have choked him and been like, "Yo, do you feel in control?" And then just let him go, and walked away.
So he hit him with a Bane line.
Yeah, hit him with a Bane. Darth Vader was the first Bane. I'll say it.
in control.
fuck you, Maddie.
Okay. Maybe later.
Whoa.
Well, I keep condoms in my jacket. Don't worry.
Hey.
Too far.
Not comfortable.
Pull out.
That's a choice of words. Wrong choice of words.
I did that way for a reason.
I did that for a reason.
Anyways,
Gotta slam dunk the comedy, bro. Bah.
any last thoughts on Star Wars Episode 9?
Fuck you, Maddie.
Yep.
All I'm gonna say is no. But what I was gonna say is with Rogue One, I am one with the Force. The Force is one with me.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you need for Rogue One, man. That dude was that dude made the movie.
You know, he was one of the better characters.
He was the best character.
Well, that and the droid, K2SO.
The droid was pretty chill too. I love the fucking droid. The sarcastic motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who's coming back in the new Disney Plus
I
series?
know.
They're gonna expand on it, which is gonna be cool. Maybe I'll like Rogue One more after the series when they expand on that character. My thing is that main character also, not the droid, but the droid's master.
Yeah.
Acts completely differently from his origin in the first time. Like in the first couple minutes, he's badass. He's like, "Yo, this is a rebel. You know, we gotta do it." He kills his friend. He's like, "Yo, I gotta get out of here. You know, I can't have him snitch. Gotta kill him." And then the rest of the movie, he's a fucking pussy just because there's a woman. And I'm like, if you're this hardened badass who's dealt with so
Women
much,
change men, dude.
Word.
not when you've done a lifetime of being a hard. This isn't the
You'd
first
be
time he's seen.
surprised.
This isn't the first time he's seen a woman.
It might be the first time he's seen a woman with his heart, not his dick.
It's not his heart. They've known each other for 2 minutes.
Hey, you
It's
don't
his
know.
dick.
Could we love at first sight? This is a Hollywood film, bro.
It is a Disney movie.
Yeah, Hollywood film, bro.
Well, that was my problem.
Love at first sight happens all the time. Look at every Disney princess film.
Word.
Except Frozen.
That was my problem for,
You're
for
right.
the movie.
I haven't seen it.
There was a lot of anger involved in that one.
Their setup the entire time is we're hard and badass, and then for the first 10 minutes of the film, and then everything after that is like we're not hard badasses anymore.
I shed a tear when they
That was my thing.
when they blew up the planet and they're just sitting there and then they just get vaporized. That was beautiful.
That was a good moment. Yeah.
I feel like
That was a real moment. I felt like that was real, but like at the moment where it's like at the moments where he's like the rest of the movie where he's like letting her go, be very lenient, like pretty much double crossing everyone he spent his lifetime being rebels with. It's just like, wow, you really that type of scumbag? They'll just do it over a pussy. You want vagina that much?
Yo, pussy, do that to him, man.
yeah.
Well, that's why I don't fuck with the movie then. I'm not rooting for that guy, and he's one of the main characters.
So Disney Plus?
Disney Plus,
Plus Disney.
$6.99 a month
Fire.
or $69.99 a year.
That's not bad. They actually beat out DC's price.
They beat out DC. They beat out
Which
the
DC
Lotus.
was already killing everybody.
How much DC?
I paid, I believe it was $79.99 for the whole year, and that gave me 15 months because I got 3 months additional for free because I early accessed.
And there is a slight difference between you made this point before, and I was confused. I didn't listen. I didn't hear you. But during
Typical Maddie, it's okay.
During editing, I hear you, and then I'm just like, fuck. I get what he's saying.
Uh-huh.
Difference between DC and this is DC is like a subset of Warner. Mm-hmm. What I feel like Warner should have done is made, like, for lack of a better word, Warner Plus that had DC in it and had all that stuff. So that's where, like, I think where Warner went wrong is that they didn't make a big, because Warner's got a big catalog.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also with music, just in general, they have like a huge catalog that they put into like their own streaming service.
But the beauty with Warner is Warner pretty much controls all their assets. I mean, Disney does now, but Disney had to reacquire them through various means, spending copious amounts of cash just to get back their shit. Yeah. And it worked out for them in the end. I'm glad. It's dope, Like, I think it's awesome they acquired Fox and shit, and then they got their shit back because now they can finally fix the fucking Spider-Man universe.
Well, Spider-Man is Sony.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's right.
Fox Fantastic Four.
Yep. I forgot Sony acquired that. Yep. But still, you gave my point, though.
I can't believe that there's going to be all fucking Simpsons on that motherfucker,
So
too.
if Warner really wanted to, they could technically still do that with, like, another subsidiary. And DC fans, you gotta keep in mind that when it comes to DC, typically the fans who are fans of DC are very niche. Yeah. Like, it's a huge niche, don't get me wrong.
But you guys
we're
are
very niche.
Well, yeah, we're very hyper fans.
Yeah, Marvel, that's the mainstream. That's the demographic that you're hitting target audience, cash cow, moneymaker.
Nowadays, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's happier, it's got an upper vibe. DC's definitely, Steve, you can vouch for this, darker, grittier. Not a lot of people want to go see that shit. When people go see movies, you yourself know you're an artist, you make shit. Not a lot of people want to think or feel a certain kind of way. They want they want to escape.
And that's the hardest thing. Especially for me, because I want to make art that makes people think. But you gotta, when you're trying to make stuff that's commercial, you gotta balance the thought with the.
And I'm not hating on Marvel fans because I myself love Marvel. We all know that. But Marvel, they're just a different kind of fan. That's all I'm saying. Put it like that.
I agree. So, but what makes this interesting with Disney?
So DC fans will subscribe to DC and then Warner if they come out with another one, if they love Warner still enough.
Not for nothing.
What I think
I'm one of those people.
I hope, and what I think I hope that they might add the comics collection though to Disney Plus in some way.
They'd be foolish not to, because that's exactly what DC did.
Yeah, because
if you're already gonna have the Marvel services on there, so you can watch the Marvel movies and stuff with Disney Plus, why would you not put their catalogs on there? Because DC's already doing it and they're killing it in the game, bro.
That's a lot, though.
That's what.
It's really not though, because comics don't really take up that much space when it comes to the sheer size. The libraries are very small. Like in capacity, there's a shit ton. Don't get me wrong, but you're talking about PDFs.
And also when these companies, they're not like paying publishing. So they own all the rights to it. So it's very much just like let's put it on there.
Hey, we have a shit ton of money. Let's buy this building over here, set up a bunch of servers, and host just comic books on those servers. Boom.
Oh, you're right.
Done. And then all they have to do, they don't even have to maintain those servers other than keeping them regulated, making sure they're operating at a perfect temperature, and that's it. The PDFs and shit, they're just sitting there where people access them all day and download them and do their thing. That's all they have to do. It's a cash cow.
Did they drop like what exactly is going to be on it?
So they said they didn't drop. I don't believe they said pretty much everything, but they did make a big announcement. Because their teaser video showed pretty much all the companies they own. So pretty much teasing, saying pretty much everything is going to be on there, like Fox, Pixar, Disney, well obviously Disney, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, and Marvel. So and they have announced that they're doing a Loki series, original series.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
And they have a lot of Star Wars series.
They're bringing them back too, right?
They bring. Yeah, I was gonna say they bring
they're bringing back Tom Hiddleston. Everything's Disney Plus is gonna be their. You know how they said.
I was gonna say you can't recast Loki unless you're doing a younger Loki, but even still, you can't recast Loki, man.
You know how they said the Netflix series
is Loki.
Technically part of the cinematic universe, but they never actually really connected them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their plan now with Disney Plus is they're gonna actually invest it because it's their platform.
I'm curious as to if they'll continue, since Fox owned it, with the Legion franchise actually on Disney Plus. Because that was actually a very popular show when it was out, and I haven't heard anything about it since.
That's Fox always comes out with good shows, but they always just can them for whatever reason.
I think
Legion was awesome.
From my understanding, a lot of them.
And it was actually supposed to be in the Marvel. It was the first TV show that was part of the Marvel canon.
A lot of the Marvel stuff has gotten canned. I think what I think is gonna happen though. I think New Mutants, because they pretty much shot most of that. From what I heard, they do need reshoots for it to be good. A lot of people are saying that, but I think Disney will just put it out on the service as is. Because why are you gonna continue with that series if you're not? Why put it out theatrically?
Dump money into it.
Yeah, why do it if you're not gonna continue with the series if you're just gonna do MCU route?
Absolutely.
But they announced one thing they announced that's gonna be ready at launch, which I'm super excited for, is The Mandalorian, which for people who don't know, Boba Fett is a part of a planet and kind of like a tribe of warriors called the Mandalorians on Mandalore. So this is a story about their type of people and stuff.
They're the best bounty hunters.
It's the mastodon woolly mammoth looking symbol. And for those that you don't know,
from what I heard, they allegedly spent $100 million on the first season.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm excited.
Yeah. You know, Slims actually rocks the Boba Fett, the Mandalorian symbol on his bike, and he has the Boba Fett helmet too. Yeah, he didn't know what the symbol was.
That's wild.
Yeah.
No, but
he knew it was Fett, but he didn't know what it represented and stuff.
That's lit. Also, though, Rian Johnson's working on, the person who did The Last Jedi is working on a trilogy. From what I heard, it might be on Disney Plus. I don't know if it'll be theatrically. The creators of Game of Thrones are working on a series that's rumored to be The Old Republic for Disney Plus, but that's not coming out launch Mandalorian and the 7th season of Clone Wars. That was
wow.
They did most of it, except and that was supposed to be last season, but they never actually finished it, and they were like, no, this is gonna be.
That was a little cool little side thing they did.
Yeah.
Clone Wars was the shit.
Clone Wars was fire.
Everybody loved Clone Wars.
And this is gonna finally connect the Clone Wars series. The Clone Wars series is supposed to connect episode 2 with episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll finally be like that last puzzle piece to finally get to
Bridge
episode
the
3.
gap.
Yep. So I'm excited. And obviously they got the Marvel series, they got the Disney stuff. I wonder if Pixar's gonna. They didn't announce if Pixar's gonna do any original content, but I assume Pixar will eventually do original content.
I wouldn't be surprised to see like a bunch of shorts and stuff pop up.
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Something similar to Love, Death, and Robots, but more kid-like.
Facts.
Yeah.
And then all 30 seasons of The Simpsons are gonna be on it.
That's a lot of fucking episodes, dude.
That's a lot of fucking
I've
content.
actually
That's the
watched
real
a
reason
lot
I
of
bought
them
Fox.
because a lot of them are on Hulu and a lot of them are on Fox still.
Yeah.
So I've binged like through a lot of them. That's like my go-to when I'm like, I'm just gonna eat breakfast and I don't know what I want to watch. Simpsons, bam! I just continue where I left off. I was actually upset that they banned that one episode about the guy who had the Michael Jackson like voice and does the Michael Jackson like moves. You remember that episode?
No, I don't.
They just recently banned it.
That's interesting. I wonder if it'll be on the Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume they're gonna. I wouldn't. Well, I don't.
Yeah, they took it off air and everything. Because it referenced Michael Jackson because of the whole
Molestation.
the most
allegation.
recent document and everything like that, documentary and shit.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that in a
Yeah,
little
so
bit.
Disney pulled it, or I think it was. I can't say who it was. It was either Fox or Disney made the executive decision to pull it from the air.
Same thing at this point.
Yep.
Yep,
No,
it's
that's
crazy.
what I mean. Yeah, but I didn't want to misquote.
Yeah. No, I feel you. No. I definitely still technically two different entities, but
yeah, absolutely.
no, that's the real reason they bought Fox. They wanted control. They didn't like Marvel was kind of like a secondary. Getting those characters back was kind of like secondary. First was like, let's get all this content. We have aliens. We have all this stuff. Like, think of everything Fox owns.
Yeah.
And Fox
Shit.
Searchlight also. Fox Searchlight did a lot of great indie movies and like specifically a lot of indie comedies like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Like all those things are Fox Searchlight. So I'm very.
And now they have a
interested.
new outlet to release R-rated films
Yeah.
like Deadpool and
Yeah.
further.
Without Harvey Weinstein raping people allegedly.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
What he did allegedly.
He did.
I'm not.
Allegedly.
Yeah, no, I.
Allegedly, there was a whole staff of lawyers at Miramax where their whole job
Look,
was to deal with the sexual harassment
I
that
don't
Harvey
doubt
Weinstein
it, bro. I'm just not.
Fuck that dude.
Yeah, word. I'm not giving that dude any more press. Fuck
Yeah,
that asshole.
kick rocks barefooted.
did. I'm just saying this. Horrible.
With salt in the wound.
But I'm just saying Miramax happened. What's it called? No, I'm excited, yo. This is good. Although one person I posted on Facebook, and this one person, because I was so blinded by my nerdiness, I didn't even think about it. They're gonna eventually hike up the price, right? Like they gotta.
No, probably.
Nah.
Netflix did it.
Honestly,
Dude,
no.
it's
I see.
Disney.
No, honestly,
And Fox.
I don't think
I
so.
see them doing their like the first year that you gotta pay this. The second year it's gonna make you pay like.
I don't think they'll do it that quick, but like 5 years down the line, when we're really cracking on that stuff, like needing it.
Hell
that's,
yeah.
That's when they're gonna be
amp
like.
it up.
and for
I don't
people-
know, man. I think a lot of what their cash cow is currently is Marvel, and I think Marvel is gonna. I think that comic, bubble is gonna pop eventually.
I look at it like this.
Yeah, it is gonna pop.
I want to say
Remember-
it's the next
hold on.
5-10 years.
Hold on. Remember when a pack of gum was 25 cents?
Yeah.
Now it's 35 cents, right?
Right.
Who's still
Actually, it's
consistent?
55 now.
Who's still consistent with that shit? Arizona.
Arizona iced tea, baby.
Arizona iced tea.
Backbone of America.
For real.
Consistently
that shit is still
$1.
$1.
Actually, no. There's
Facts.
places now where you go, they'll make you pay the $1.18 now, or the $1.08 or whatever
so
with
the
the
tax.
Oh, it's tax,
But
bro.
that's tax.
No,
yeah.
but it always used to be straight up $1.
Well,
You can't get on them for America.
Yeah, word. Nah.
yeah,
It's still
I can.
$1.
Fucking America.
Arizona IC should be always tax free.
I always look at it this way: if you got
Well,
enough
talk to
people,
America.
if you got enough people spending that dollar, and some people buy 2-3 cans at a time,
Hell yeah.
Disney got the money to be like, yeah, now we could leave that at $6.99, whatever.
They got that bread.
We're still belting out Marvel. We're still belting out other Disney.
They got
movies.
that kind of cake.
They're
Yeah.
not gonna hike up that price
They got the cheddar.
because
They're
they want.
arguably the most powerful corporation on Earth.
Well, besides Apple.
And Amazon.
Google.
Because, let's talk about this because there's some interesting stuff going on, and it's all within the same realm of streaming services. So, Hulu is actually technically a majority owned by Disney now because Fox owned 30, Disney owned 30, and then I think Comcast owns 30, and then there's like someone else, and then 10% is like divvied up. There's rumors that they were gonna buy out Comcast last thing, or just like buy out the rest of the stock. So my thing is, what are they gonna do with Hulu?
I honestly don't. I don't watch Hulu.
I did.
I did.
There's a lot of good original content on there.
That'll be interesting.
I do/did. Once this comes around, I can't afford everything, and I'm gonna drop Hulu for Disney Plus. That's just gonna.
Well, you're always gonna have, I think, those people who don't really care about the Marvel world or Disney world. Those people who don't have kids and aren't into the nerd aspect, so they're gonna want to watch the TV shows by mass market and Hulu.
Fox, FX, all that stuff's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't think they're gonna take it off of Hulu if they own Hulu?
I think they're gonna keep it on both.
That's what I'm saying.
Dip in both.
That's what I'm saying. Hitting both markets, yeah. Like I said, you're still gonna have that category of people who aren't gonna want to have Disney Plus,
Yeah,
and they're gonna want to get their outlets still through Hulu.
Yeah, because if they pull all their content off Hulu, Hulu got like
but
nothing really.
And then on top of that, you're gonna have people who don't want to subscribe for Netflix and choose Hulu over Netflix, but may want Disney Plus's offers too.
I just see one of them has to go. I feel like
I
don't feel like there's enough space, especially with Apple TV coming, Apple TV Plus.
You actually think that's gonna kick off?
No, but I think it's got enough. But Apple, here's the difference between Apple and all these other streaming services.
Apple tried to enter the TV game before and they lost.
No, here's the difference between all these streaming services and Apple. People need. Apple has, it's on their phone. Or on most people's phone. You know, most people have iPhones. A lot of people have iPhone or devices, Apple devices. So it's just
not this
there.
guy.
I know you don't, but
Or that guy. Or that guy.
we all have family members with Apple stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, Apple
Cheers.
stuff. Cheers.
wait! I thought you had fucking.
But
No, I have Apple.
But what I'm saying is,
Apple.
like, they make the hardware also on top of the. So like they kind of have they kind of are so big.
Something to throw.
They
at
kind of
you.
everything, which is like Spotify is now suing Apple for antitrust things, which I honestly, Spotify, it's kind of bullshit. Spotify is suing them because like if you sign up with Spotify Premium in-app purchase through Apple, they have a rule that they get 30% cut of any in-app purchases. So if you sign up through Spotify just through in-app purchases, they get 30% of that cut. That's Apple's rule across the board.
So if I had an Apple phone and I download Spotify and started my service through there, they get 30% of all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I don't see as a problem because they say that upfront. They're like, hey, if you want to be on our platform, you want to do in-app purchases,
You gotta pay. Like that's
We
that's
get a
business
cut.
101.
And other app companies. I'm gonna shout out Rooster Teeth. They're an independent. They started at They pretty much started the web video game as like a company. They have an app on Apple, but they don't. The way they get around that cut, you sign up on the website, and then you don't need to give Apple that cut. So Spotify is really just suing Apple because they want Apple to just take no cut at all, and that's what they're mad. They're like we don't want, but it's like Spotify, you don't make hardware. If you don't have these these devices don't exist, then we can't use your service. So that's why I think one of these services are gonna die out. Because I think honestly, I don't think Apple TV Plus is gonna be popping right now, but I think they're gonna buy Netflix.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Netflix right now can. I think Netflix is gonna get bought out.
I don't think so, man.
Because I don't think Netflix can survive.
I think Netflix is killing the game right now.
Netflix will not get bought out. Netflix is
Their
worth
original
a lot.
content right now is easily their most watched content right now.
No, I agree, but if you look at how much original content they have versus
It's a shit ton, bro.
Because not that too.
I'm
People
with-
also
I'm with-
want to
I'm
like
with Maddie.
watch
No,
like.
I'm with Maddie
If you
on this
scroll
one.
right down to Netflix original, there's a whole slew of shit.
There's
I've
a
watched
whole-
a lot.
I know
of
there's
it.
a whole slew
I'm
of
a
shit,
huge
but-
fan. I'm actually gonna argue that I'm a fan right now. I'm a fanboy out. I'm a fan of what Netflix is putting out production wise more consistently than any other company out there right now.
no, I agree.
They have Love, Death, and Robots. They got me on Stranger Things, which Jimmy put me on.
Stranger
They got
Things
me
is
on.
fucking amazing.
Oh, yo, know what
No,
I'm saying? Like,
their
do I need
original-
to go further?
No,
No,
their
they're
original
original, yeah.
content is great, but you have to keep in mind, again, you see there's a lot of stuff, but compare that to a Warner Brothers who's been around for 100 years. Compare that to a Universal Studios that's been around for 100 years. Compare that to Disney who's now just bought Fox and is literally waving their dick around with how much content they got.
Yeah.
Like so, they're fighting an uphill battle right now because they have a lot of great content, but they're really just starting the content game. They're
killing it.
They're 100 years
consistently
behind
killing
though. You gotta keep in mind, there's 100 years of content.
I think they're gonna have enough dedicated fans to come through and watch their production shit for a while. If they keep up the gauntlet, the way they're running and shit, I think they'll be able to fucking fight off the major corporations.
I just looked up.
I think they'll have a fighting chance. I think Hulu's gonna die first, but I don't think Hulu and Netflix are gonna both stay around. I think one of them have to go.
In this case, I think I would say Hulu.
I just looked up when I was curious, like when Netflix was founded.
It's been around for a while.
97.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought this was like
that's when they first started out with getting DVDs and shit to your.
Well, they were
house.
also, they also started this. They were one of the first companies to start like streaming like libraries of movies and shit.
They were the first.
I had it on my Xbox.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I agree with Maddie. Like you have
360.
now there's like you throw a rock and hit a streaming service. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but here's the thing though too. Like they have a lot of like what Disney's not gonna have. Like they're gonna have a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong, but they have. Netflix has a license to fucking show a lot of these older fucking movies and shit like that and everything that we've had, not just original shit though.
Here's my issue. Here's the issue with that. Who owns the rights to that?
Word.
Not Netflix. So if let's say CBS right now is trying to do their own
Everybody
streaming.
starts pulling all their shit because they're all streaming their own shit.
Word,
Netflix will only have their original content, and then they're really gonna fight an uphill battle. Because yes, I love Stranger Things. Yes, I love all that stuff, but honestly, if Universal and all the other like major content creators and it was just Netflix originals, I'd only subscribe for when like the new season of this like I'd subscribe just like periodically when I need it, because they just don't have enough content to compare with like these other brands. So that's why I think
so even if they did get bought out, you don't think that they would keep it up and running? Or
no, I think if they get bought out, like honestly, I think Universal or it's Universal, Comcast are the same company, and then there's Warner. I think one of those two should buy them, because then you have the Netflix library, and then you have that back catalog as safety. So then, if they can't get other companies to license onto Netflix, they still have that Universal or Warner library, and that new Netflix stuff that they're making. Mm-hmm. I just think that they need a bit of a back catalog to like really sustain them long term. If
You're
just
saying
in
they need
case,
an umbrella.
just in case, because like at any point these other ones could be like.
Yeah, they need a bigger overhead.
Yep. Yeah. They're slowly sinking in quicksand. They need like a platform.
I see your point. Yeah, no, you're right.
That's where I'm at with it. But again, I think Hulu is more likely to go out first.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely more susceptible to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if Disney ends up buying the rest of the stock, they're just gonna end up absorbing it into Disney Plus.
Even Hulu's original content isn't enough to draw anybody in.
No, I don't think so.
Like I would say,
They
Hulu's
got a couple good shows, like that show Future Man. If you've never watched it, that's actually a good show.
Yeah.
There's nothing appealing to me about Hulu.
The last good thing I saw on Hulu was 11.
63.
Yeah.
It is incredibly
James
hard
Franco piece.
to subscribe to Hulu.
I dealt with some bullshit with Hulu. They were charging me for the fucking service, and I couldn't even get on to fucking use the damn thing or whatever. And then I stopped and I unsubscribed, and they were still fucking charging me for like a year and a half. I didn't even notice it, and I looked, I'm like, holy shit. And they gave me all my fucking money back, but I had to fight with these motherfuckers for like a couple days.
Honestly, I use Hulu right now to watch just reruns of TV stuff. Like Viacom puts their stuff on there. That's like, but then
Viacom, holy shit.
That again comes to my point with like the Netflix thing. What happens when Paramount, Viacom are just like, hey, Viacom network, we don't need Hulu anymore. It's
Peace.
Like, it's one of those things where the services that were just built off like the service idea.
They had a good run, but their niche is dying.
Yeah, exactly.
So the times of Netflix and chill are very.
Now it's gonna be choose your service and chill.
Yeah.
Word.
But again, I think Netflix out of all of them has the most fighting chance of like the solo streaming service just to survive, just because they were not only were they early on the streaming service, they were early on the idea of like, oh, we need to make original content for our streaming service.
You don't think fucking Disney wouldn't just buy them?
There you go.
No, at this point they don't need to.
Service and chill.
Well, why wouldn't they? If they can still control it all, like
one, I think that'd be technically a monopoly at that point, because the SEC, if they own 60% of what's it called, fucking 60% of Hulu, and then 100% of Disney Plus. Like, that was the issue with one of the reasons why they didn't get Fox Sports. When they bought Fox, They couldn't get Fox Sports because they own ESPN. And between those two networks, they have all the contracts for viewing. So they're like, you can't own sports broadcasting, Disney. Which they never really wanted. They were just like, all right, yeah, fine, we don't care. We don't need that. We don't need Fox News. We don't need Fox Business. Take all that. Which they didn't want Fox News anyway. That was a separate thing. But Fox Sports was one of the things.
Well, not for none too, because Fox News gets everybody in trouble.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, we're gonna open that can of worms.
But no, so yeah, no, but there could be monopoly issues, but also I don't see why Disney would need to. They have the technology, but they obviously built up. They have Hulu, which is similar technology. They also built up Disney Plus, so the technology isn't necessary. The user base, that'd be the only reason they do it is to buy the user base and transfer. Do like a deal where they're like, all right, your account transfers into Disney Plus now, or so then you immediately get all that stuff into your thing, or for the content. Like they do have great original content like Stranger Things and all that stuff if they wanted that on their service. But then again, I feel like that'd be a point where Netflix is so desperate they're just selling to anyone, and Disney is just like, yeah, fuck it, let's just.
Well, you
get
know
the
what
content.
though? What Netflix too is gonna survive on too, with especially with the original content too, is that allows. I don't know if these other services are gonna allow you like original creators, like we can just spend enough money to put something up on Netflix.
I was just gonna, I was like,
you know what I'm saying?
They're one of the
there's no
few
other.
that I know.
I don't think Hulu will let you do that.
Yeah, no.
Hulu does.
Oh, Hulu lets you. Yeah, you know Disney's not gonna let you do that.
Nope. Disney won't let you do that probably.
Exactly. So honestly, on an independent like creators aspect, there's a lot, and now we're at the age where there's more independent creators out now compared to 10 years ago than there ever was. Especially not even 10 years. Fuck that. 5 years ago.
Well, yeah. But honestly, the independent creator game.
Just look at the schmucks like me who found the creator game fucking way late in life, or whatever.
Well. But the creator game in general, I think, is going to be shaken up a lot right now. Because YouTube is kind of like the main outlet for independent creators. And a lot of people have been unhappy with their rules and regulations, which I'm not happy. I'm not exactly happy with all of them, but I abide by them because we're on their platform. But I feel like eventually there's going to be a competitor that's going to shake that world up in general. But
there's already people out there. I mean, look at the people who are actually using Pornhub as a marketing outlet now. They aren't even using pornography.
Smart motherfuckers.
So yeah, facts. Yo, Pornhub's pretty lit. But no, yeah, so that's kind of like my opinion on streaming service. Honestly though, Apple should buy Netflix. If Apple buys Netflix, I think that'd be a smart move for them.
Sick fuck.
We're all human, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I know right now I see Netflix. I see the streaming services as like GameStop. Like they had a great run, but now it's just like
Yeah, I feel you.
it's kind of hard.
Fun filled fact, by the way.
Yeah.
Holding in your farts is actually gives you bad breath.
See, that's what
I'm Googling that. I don't believe you.
Well, you Google that. I'm going to get into the next topic.
Look it up. It's crazy.
Yo, so Wendy Williams apparently filed for divorce this week.
Yeah.
She's finally just like, I'm done with this dude. He had a kid. He had all this stuff. The one thing
I don't know why she didn't do that shit immediately. That shit's crazy. How the fuck... It's not even that the motherfucker cheating on somebody. Dude had a family. A full-blown family. Like, if you don't... She dumb for still staying.
Yeah.
Yes, Wendy. I said you were dumb for that.
I mean, I'm not going to go that far because, people... Love makes you do dumb things sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Been there.
But, my thing is just like, yo, it's...
Charges because...
The thing is, I can't let people go... I'm not going to say go easy on her because she literally built her career on shitting on everyone when they're down.
Exactly.
And
Fuck her.
So that's why I'm just
Fuck
like,
that
yo.
bitch.
I see people in broadcast like, yo, we should go easy on her. I'm like,
no.
Are we talking about the same motherfucker?
No.
Are we talking about the same motherfucker right now?
Yeah,
No.
we're talking about the same motherfucker right now.
Are we talking about the same person who literally just like shits on everyone in the moment just for ratings? But I do hope now that she can finally get like sober now, that doesn't have that influence around her.
Are you kidding me? This is where she's gonna turn up and party now. She's single, queen, being in it, rich as fuck.
I don't know. All I know is Charlamagne was laughing this week on the radio as soon as that came out. He was one sec. But you gotta keep in mind though, he was working for them, and then he was fired for a bullshit reason from from her husband. So like for him, it's like, yo,
Karma's a bitch.
finally 10 years later, karma finally hit him.
Karma's a bitch.
Beard's weird.
Down at the mic.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I guess that's just a crazy story, and I feel like it's broadcast related, so I wanted to bring it up. But
Did you find Steve?
What?
A buildup
FTB.
A buildup of intestinal gas can trigger abdominal distension, with some gas reabsorbed in circulation and exhaled in your breath. Holding on too long means the buildup of intestinal gas will eventually escape via an uncontrollable fart.
So you got mouth farts.
Yeah.
That's called burps.
anyways, talking about black holes.
It's different from burp, man.
Hey.
So someone leaked my news this week.
Poop in your
What?
breath.
Yeah, apparently NASA leaked my asshole.
Oh.
But yeah, now we got the first black hole on which is crazy. I guess we should have put that around the Star Wars conversation because stars.
Would make
But
sense.
Fucking black holes are real.
Yes.
I mean, we knew that.
But yeah, but we see them now.
Oh, I've seen them.
I don't know. You need some context behind that.
I don't want to know the context behind that.
No, we have the context on this podcast.
Yep.
But what's it called? No, but like for people who don't know how crazy this is, because I didn't know how crazy it was. I was like, who cares about a picture of a black hole? I thought we had a picture of black holes. Apparently, we never had a real picture of a black hole. It's like dinosaurs. We've never seen a real one.
Oh, I'm still trying to get my head wrapped around the fact that somebody fucking tried to figure out what the fuck dinosaurs sounded like.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
They could sound like fucking like birds, like tweet tweet.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I was stoned, and I was thinking. I was just like, yo. I was literally like, I was sitting there like, I was thinking about the movie Dinosaur by Disney. The 2000s. I was like, yo. No one has ever seen what a dinosaur really looks like. It's just artist renderings of what we think they look like.
And then about 5 years later, found out they had feathers.
I was just like, I thought I was so smart in that moment. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, yo, we don't know what dinosaurs look like, man.
I got these cheeseburgers, man.
It was the most
Suck your dick.
It was the most stereotypical stoner moment of just me like, yo, fucking dinosaurs, bro. What if they looked like the dinosaur chicken nuggets? Anyways,
Oh my god.
but no, they took like 7 satellites, server imaging, like super like science satellites, not like cheap satellites,
Super
like
science.
Cheap satellite. I didn't know there was cheap satellites.
like Dish Network satellites. They're using like big like dome
I still don't think it's a fucking cheap satellite. There's a satellite, Matt.
Yo, they call XM. They had everybody up there.
Said bleep bleep. Where you at, son? Say yo, I'm hovering
Wow.
over Venezuela right now.
Way to date yourself with that. The bleep bleep.
It took them
Alright.
6 months to send the hard
Bring us back to
drives.
bleep bleeps.
The South Antarctic hard drives. It took them 6 months to send it over, and they had to put all of it in a supercomputer.
Where the other satellites be like, man, we've been waiting on this motherfucker by Antarctica for fucking months. Where he at? This footage getting cold in this bitch.
And
We need
this-
to cook this motherfucker.
And this is like Flash going back in time. Apparently, you can only do this like once, because like you gotta wait till everything is clear in all the skies around the world, in all these different satellite areas, and just like and the debris in the outer space, which you can't really
get in the
calculate.
way.
You gotta just like get that right in the moment. I was just like, yeah, it's science, bro.
Fucking science.
Bill Nye
science.
and Neil deGrasse Tyson are having the best jerk circle this week.
Yo,
The
for
most
real.
picture.
Black hole
God.
jerk circle.
Just the circles is in the middle. The pictures in the middle. They're just like,
They're totally
Going off.
fucking. They're totally pegging.
yep, maybe. What? There's nothing wrong. That's legal now, Dusty. Why are you shaking your head?
No. What's that called? Docking. They're totally docking right now.
I mean, you could dock or shove your dick in someone's ass. Either one. But yeah, no black holes. What do you guys think?
It's a scary thought.
I want to throw a can in one and see what happens.
You would die before you even got close to it, Jim. That's the thing. That's why it's
What's
so
what in it?
horrifying.
Cannon.
Picture the most terrifying thing you've
cannon?
ever witnessed in your life,
Like a
and
military
you still
cannon or
can't
a camera.
comprehend a black hole.
Or a can, or are you trying to say can, like a can jar or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's some redneck shit right there. Let's throw beer at it.
See what happens.
Shout out
Maybe
to
you explode or something.
shout out to all my rednecks out there that's watching this. I love you.
Gang.
Budweiser
Catfish Coolie, we love you, bro.
black hole.
Yeah, what if like a black hole happens in this galaxy and it just like swallows us?
Oh, we're dead. We're dead before we even know what happened.
Well, yeah, but it'd be kind of cool.
I'm kind of good
In
on
theory.
getting. I'm imploding on myself.
In theory, it'd be kind of cool, but it's like one of those
In
things.
theory, it'd be cool to implode on yourself.
No.
Well, it's like
That's hard.
does a tree fall in the woods? Does it really make a sound if no one's around? Like
You'd be
we
dead
won't
instantaneously.
Yeah, we won't really know about it, but it's one of those
You're
things where
eviscerated.
if we knew about it, it'd be kind of
You're
cool.
ripped
You're
apart.
de-atomized.
Yeah, you're ripped apart.
It's like the
molecule
end
by
of
molecule.
Watchmen.
Yeah.
Word.
Speaking of Watchmen's coming out with a
Instantaneously.
series.
Yeah.
By the way.
They are?
buddy.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're filming it right now. They're actually doing it. They're searching for actors and actresses. So get your applications out there, people.
They're not. Please tell me Zack Snyder's not anywhere near this one.
Not 100% sure. I remember I was reading something about it.
On to my weekly hating on Zack Snyder moment.
I believe it's gonna be on DC Universe, isn't it?
I think so.
I'd imagine.
I think so.
I'd imagine. Why would they put it anywhere else? I feel like at this point they're kind of
Ahead of the game.
as far as comic related streaming service. Yeah, DC's killing it. Although to be fair, I don't know if any other.
But know what else would be killing it? The fucking black hole if it came in our goddamn universe.
Word.
Fucking bringing it back, yo.
Word.
Well, any other thoughts on black holes? Do you guys? I would like to lick one, but I know that's not physically possible. Like, what does a black hole taste like?
I can tell you.
Well, they said that the universe actually smells like raspberries.
Yeah, in theory.
In theory.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. The the molecular molecules and help me out here. I can't talk.
Molecular construct.
Thank you. That are out in space and stuff. They say it's similar to that of raspberries.
I said two big words.
I know.
I'm just like,
This is some like backyard like science class.
Man,
Hey, where you see the monoculars?
See what happened was.
this is where Bill Nye looks up from the jerk circle.
Just look down and he's like, I taught these idiots everything they know.
Yeah.
Wait,
Neil deGrasse Tyson's like, this is your fault, Bill.
Who's the bitch from Magic School Bus?
Yeah, she's not. She's a lovely lady.
Oh shit, I forget her name.
I don't remember.
Miss Izzy, Miss
Frizzle.
Miss Fizzle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Fizzle.
Frizzle.
Frizzle.
She has
Miss
frizzle hair.
I'd love to bend her over her desk.
Hey.
Miss Frizzle can
Give
get
her
the
a ride on
izzle
that
and
magic
nizzle.
school bus.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Grab her by her hair, you know. Oh yeah, we're wild out here.
Oh, yo, I want to give a quick RIP, by the way, to British comedian Ian Cognito.
R.I.P.
He died on stage.
Oh, that's
Jesus.
sucks.
60 years
Christ.
old.
Damn. I mean, at least like,
Yesterday.
It
Doing what
sucks.
you love.
Yeah, word. He went out doing what he loved.
During a
We
stand-up
should all
act.
be that lucky.
That's no. I don't want to die on set or something like that. I'd prefer to die in my sleep.
I have a friend who's actually or rather obese, and he has diabetes, and I love him. Not that the two are exclusive or anything like that, mutually related. But he actually says that when he dies, he's never done cocaine in his life and shit like that. When he dies, he wants to go out doing an 8-ball or something like that, while with prostitutes, so that when he croaks and dies on top of her,
Oh God.
the other one can call the ambulance, and while he's dead on top of her, she has time to rethink her life decisions
Oh
to
my God.
choose
Yeah.
another route. So that not only did he die at the happiest moment of his life in a euphoric state, but he brought some good in the world by changing that poor girl's life.
That's a real one.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's a real one right there.
He said.
That's
I
some
wanna,
love, death, and robot
He
shit
said,
right there.
I want to crush her so that she may reevaluate her fucking
You'd be
life.
surprised what the human body can handle. It's just, he's a heavy boy.
He's a big
But
guy.
that being said, just so you know, I told Jimmy this story last night. Jimmy now has made his life aspiration to live life to the fullest and then go out in a bigger bang than that.
I plan on going on a bigger bang than that. What? No fucking clue, but I'm gonna figure it out.
I still can't get over the fact
He set the bar high.
He did.
He wants.
So I gotta get inventive.
He wants to OD on top of a prostitute, so that she reevaluate. Does he know that won't bring her dad back?
Oh, You can never fix daddy issues, but you
Yeah,
can,
if
you
anything,
can be her daddy to her.
I looked at the man and I said, you realize you're adding to her years of therapy that she's already not getting, right?
She's just gonna be like, finally, a grown man's holding me.
That or she's gonna suffocate before anything else happens.
We know no bounds, people.
I know, I'm terrible. I am really terrible sometimes. Yeah, YOLO all the time. What's it called? What's next?
We're all going to hell.
Yeah, it's fine. It's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be a hell of a party. There's a couple things we could talk about. But let's just finish off one of them because I don't feel like both of them are that necessary. Let's just talk about Julian Assange getting arrested. That's a bigger deal.
That shit pissed me off, man. That man should not be in jail.
So from my understanding, and please clue me in if I'm wrong. From my understanding, he's a journalist.
Yes, he ran WikiLeaks.
He ran WikiLeaks, and what he got arrested for was posting information that someone else hacked.
Essentially, yes, but that's the thing, because he keeps doing this because because WikiLeaks is the number one.
But I just want to clarify: he himself and WikiLeaks themselves did not hack anyone for this information.
Correct.
They got this information from hackers.
Correct.
All right. So then, technically,
they're just doing it to make an example out of him because they're trying to shut WikiLeaks down. They're trying to take away the platform that the whistleblowers can fucking put their information out onto.
See, and here's the issue I have with this, and I understand where everybody comes from, and this is always where I have my biggest problem with WikiLeaks. A lot of this information that's put out there is putting mass amounts of families at risk. You're talking about government-sanctioned, top-secret clearance type shit, and it's top-secret clearance type shit for a reason. Case in point, if I release a document that says Spec Ops Officer so-and-so and his team of X, Y, and Z with all their names, which are typically not already blacked out sometimes, like, sometimes that information is privy right there, so it's not, it hasn't crossed certain channels where they haven't edited yet and stuff like that.
it hasn't been redacted.
Yes.
Exactly. So the information gets put out there. Guess what? All these terrorists are going, John Doe. He lives on X street by Y street. Let me go to his house. Oh, he's not home. Perfect. But guess who is? His whole family.
No,
Thanks, man. Now you just put every American at risk that's been ever in the military service who had some kind of connection to some kind of top secret mission. And I get it. People do need to know and should know certain aspects, but people do not need to know all the aspects. It's just the sheer facts of life. And do I think he's a hero? I don't know. I haven't been over all the fucking files that he's leaked.
Yeah, neither have I.
But
I will say.
But at the same time, I that's the issue. I don't know enough on what he did file-wise to say if he's a hero or a villain.
Bro, all he did was provide the platform.
I hear you.
I'm not going to go that far making a hero villain out of him.
At most, they could get him technically the company for conspiracy, because they're providing a platform.
But even then,
but it's not like it was contracted thing. It's anonymous. It's essentially a news outlet. So that's like saying if a guy there's a whistleblower leaked it to Fox and Fox released it, then the head of Fox would get fucking in trouble for it.
And that's kind of where my issue is.
The issue.
If he didn't. If what I'm understanding is right, if what I'm understanding right, and he did not hack or he had no involvement with the hacking, well, I'm kind of in the middle. I understand Dustin's point that it does put people
I do too.
at
100%.
risk, but at the same time, I don't think he should be arrested because we do have freedom of speech. And freedom of press, and even though
that's not press, you went in and hacked and stole government.
No, he didn't hack. He didn't hack.
But the name's there. WikiLeaks, B. You know what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's like me hosting a store like stolen Rolexes.
Well, that's the thing. Let's
look at the words. Let's look at the word WikiLeaks. Leaks isn't necessarily a bad thing to have a leak.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily.
Then we would know about fucking. Look at fucking.
Watergate.
Look at Watergate. Look at fucking Edward Snowden, bro. Bro, we were doing some fucked up shit, and that's why
If it
he
was-
had
if
to
it
get
was-
without WikiLeaks, bro, and
Wiki,
without
wiki hackers, then I'd have a little bit.
yeah. If they have their own team of hackers and shit like that, yeah, all right, there's
wiki,
a problem
or wiki
there.
thieves. I think there's enough of a gray area for me where it's just like I feel like what they're. Do I agree with their? It's like do I agree with their brand of journalism? No, but their brand of journalism is we want to get just as much raw information we can and put it out there.
That's the issue. They're not soliciting their information, though. They're not vetting the shit.
That is an issue. I will agree, and I do think, but I don't think that I don't necessarily believe that he should be arrested for it.
He should at least be tried and then found to have to re-evaluate his platform standards.
Fair.
What he hosts information for.
Yeah,
Fair.
but
I can see
that's
that.
the thing, though. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he shouldn't be
But then we're gonna regulate the entire internet at that point.
exactly, which is another whole.
I feel
fucking-
everybody who hosts any information on their platform should be responsible to check their shit anyway.
Well, we do have a responsibility to not libel anyone. Or not, but
Yeah, absolutely, but they should still have the responsibility, and that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe he shouldn't be arrested, but he should still be found to reevaluate his standards in terms of what's hosted on his shit.
but if what he said wasn't technically lies and it was just paperwork,
It's hacked information, bro. It's stolen information. Like,
freedom of press.
no, that's stolen information. All right,
It's still freedom of press.
No. Listen, this is technically illegal, B. If I walk into a room
Because it's
and
government property.
Not even just that. If I walk into a room and I record everything we say in this transaction, and I don't tell you that, in a court of law, guess what happens?
You're
You know as
fine.
better as I do.
You're fine.
No, I'm not.
In New York, it's perfectly legal for me to.
I have to let you know
Nope.
that I'm recording.
Nope, not in New York. Not in New York. I can tell you that right now. Not in New York. In California, yes. In New York, no. I can have a wire on me all fucking day and then post it on stream later. No one can sue me. I could have a fucking camera on me all day and live stream it. No one could fucking sue
Not
me
in
in New
private
York.
facilities.
In New York, I could do whatever I want.
In private facilities.
No, in New York, there is a one recording law. As long as I'm aware that the camera's recording, I can do it. If I can't leave a camera.
You're talking about the gray area.
No, I can't leave a camera in here and then leave the room, and then no one in here knows that the camera's rolling, and then
That's
release that
different.
audio. But if I have a camera on me secretly and you guys don't know, and
Yeah.
I still roll it, I could release that. That's legal in New York.
Not in private.
No, in New, I'm telling you, in
If
New
you're
York,
not on your private property,
it is
on your own, anywhere is
100%
not
legal
public property.
in New York. If we have a one-person recording law, I can record anyone and post it. It is 100% legal. I have talked to my lawyers about this. I can do that. That's not an issue. Like, that's the same thing as like a prank call. I can prank call someone, post it. If I was in Michigan, because Michigan's not a good one. If I was in a different state where there's two-party consent law, I can't do that. In New York, I can do that no matter what. There's a one-party consent as long as I am aware.
It doesn't work for every state.
No,
every
yeah, there's
state,
different states.
Every state
In
is
New
different.
York, in New York, though, as long as I'm aware and I'm present while it's recording, I can record anyone and just post it.
Yeah,
No issue.
Because it's not technically like an eavesdropping thing. If you
That's-
set like a camera trap or
that's-
something like that,
that's also why-
different.
But nonetheless,
that you have to do on private
information was
property.
still hacked illegally. Information was tainted
Yes.
illegally. So the case still stands in point. We're still looking at the illegal aspect.
But I feel like we should try the people who hacked. I don't think we should try the people who posted
But
it.
if you can't
Exactly,
get those
that's where
people, the person hosting that information should be expected to vet that information. Do you not pull? All right, I'll give you a better analogy. Tumblr was a huge issue with like underage porn, right?
Well, yeah, but
But
that's
underage porn is illegal.
Illegal, right?
It's illegal.
Is not hacking illegal?
yes, but they weren't the ones doing the hacking.
But the information's still being hosted on his
but
platform.
it's still that's not the.
All right, so we should leave the porn up.
No,
But that's
you're
different.
conflating two different
That's-
issues.
No,
that's
no. You
completely
guys aren't.
two
You're
different
missing
things.
the point. These guys should. All right, so Tumblr said we can't host this shit because it's illegal, right? So they always looked out and they pulled anything they found. Yes.
They pulled all adult context. They just couldn't vet
Period.
any of it. They're just like, we're done with all porn.
I proved my point.
That doesn't. Prove
that
your
does
point.
that's a completely different.
No, because
subject.
let me also explain this. So here's the thing.
If the shit was obtained illegally, and then put up on the website, these people should be able to vet the sources some way, somehow, and know where their sources are coming from.
I think it becomes illegal if when the government came to them and they said who gave you this information, and they said we're not going to tell you. At that point, it's illegal. I think.
Yes.
I think they can make an argument that that's illegal. Posting the information, that should not be illegal.
Exactly.
If
what
someone,
he's getting charged with is what he's getting charged with is basically as if he was one of the people who coordinated this fucking hack.
You gotta look at
which
it like,
is not the case.
If the New York Times got if the New York Times got this information,
yeah, word. Or fucking CBS or one of these people.
It'd be they would go to them and they'd be like, who gave you this information? And then they would give them the name of the people who gave them the information. So if WikiLeaks isn't doing that, then that's a problem. But that's where journalistic integrity comes in place. If something like that does happen, they do have, if they're not really conspiring with the hackers, they do have a responsibility to the government being like, well, here's who gave us the information.
Because it's illegal. You have to, if you see a crime, you have to report it, or if you something, basically kind of along those lines.
I'm just saying, I think they should have to vet their sources, man.
I think you're using the wrong terminology, because vetting your sources means like the information was wrong, like the information was right, it was just stolen.
Or not.
No, because when you vet your sources, all right, screen your sources. Vet your sources, screen your sources. You need to know where your information is coming from, and if that information is obtained illegally or lawfully, that's part of vetting your information.
Yeah, but information is just information. Information itself is not illegal. Like, that's some fascist shit right there.
No, it's not fascist. You stole information from the government that shouldn't be released.
Not he, though. He was not the one who stole it,
though. I understand, but you're still missing the point that he should be vetting his sources. Screening his sources, looking at information of where it came from. Hey, hackers, thank you for this information. This is dope. I'm going to put it on WikiLeaks. Where'd you get it? Oh, well, we just kind of went through the back door of this government infiltration system and hacked the FBI and took it out X, Y, and Z or wherever the fuck they got it from and gave it to you.
Yeah, it's still not illegal.
All right, cool. Let me put this up.
It's still not illegal. The people who obtained it did the illegal act.
You helped and you catered to the transaction.
That's why I said at most they could get him on is conspiracy.
But again, they have to prove that he was involved with the hacking.
Lawful knowledge of the hack. Of the act.
I can't. We're going back to the same argument again. We're going back in circles.
Next topic.
Well, I mean, that was pretty much the last topic. There's pretty much it. I mean, like.
Oh wait, didn't you have a fucking some secret topic?
Yeah, but I don't know if we could go from that to talking about my dick all of a sudden.
You do this a lot.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be a weird way. It's a weird transition to just get my dick. We'll save my dick for next week. It's fine.
We don't have to talk about your dick. You just choose to talk about your dick. Yeah,
we'll save it for next week. It's fine. It's a small topic. Anyways, guys. Thank you.
He made a small penis joke.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this episode of My Crazy Podcast. I am Matt. Who are you?
Arg.
Who are you?
Fuck Wikipedia. And WikiLeaks, rather.
I'm Dusty JT.
Fuck you, Buddha.
And I'm Matt for redundancy's sake.
Fuck you, Maddie.
We'll see you next week. Make sure you thumbs up and subscribe and comment down below. We love you all.
I'm out this bitch.
Mike's over there.
I don't care.